Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second day of the program. Thank you, everyone, for participating. We have Dr. Debashish Dey as our honorable speaker today. Let's introduce Dr. Debashish Dey for a bit. Dr. Debashish Dey is a professor of Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Macau. He received intake from the University of Calcutta in 2002 and engaged established university in 2005. He is a senior member of IEEE, fellow IETE, and life member of CSI. He was awarded the prestigious Boys Caste Fellowship by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, to work at the Heroe University, Scotland, UK. He received the Endeavour Fellowship Award from 2008 to 2009 by Australia to work at the University of Western Australia. He received the Young Scientist Award both in 2005 at New Delhi and in 2011 in Istanbul from the International Union of Radio Science, Belgium. In 2016, he received the G-Force Research Award from IIT in New Delhi. In 2019, he received Shiksha Ratna Award from the Government of West Bengal. He established the Center of Mobile Cloud Computing, CMCC, for IoT applications. He is Vice Chair of Due Computing, STC, of the IEEE Computer Society. He published into 320 journals and 200 conference papers, 15 books, and filed 10 patents. His research interest is mobile cloud computing, IoT, and quantum computing. He is the chairman of IETE Kolkata and vice chair of CSI Kolkata. He will be talking about publication ethics today. And let us introduce the coordinator for the day, Mr. Shubhajit Chattoraj, who is the head of the Department of the Civil Engineering Department in Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management. So without further ado and delay, let's begin the session. Sir, over to you.
Very good morning to everyone. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Okay, I can see around 50 participants, 45, right? Yeah. And I think it is the second day of this workshop, right?
Yes, sir.
And all the teachers are there, right?
Yes.
Are from which college? All over India, or is only from your college? I think many all over India. Okay. So who is from here from the CKCM, GKCM? Coordinating here.
Sorry, sir.
Piyush Datta, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. And today's topic is ethics in publishing, right?
Yes.
And it's one of the very controversial subject, I should say, because the topic itself is very much controversial because we do not follow any ethics. I think many of your we in our system the corruption is so much high, so we do not follow the ethics. And I'm afraid because recording is going on, I should not speak many things what I have planned actually earlier. Okay. And the problem is I think everyone's camera is off, so difficult to see who is listening and who is sleeping. There is another very important. So can you make your camera on, some of you, at least, if possible? Yes. Thank you, Piyush Datta.
Thanks.
You know that this is a very, very controversial subject in the sense that we are talking about this publishing community, and it is actually coming from the society. From, if you think the society perspective, I think no one is making the camera on. I don't know why. This is a very that this is also unethical to keep your camera off. and this subject is totally interactive. So I think many of you should interact during the session, because there are many things to say and nothing to discuss. Very controversial subject. Agree, Piju sir?
Sir, yes, sir.
I'm afraid your recording is on. I will not speak many things, which will that this for last 20 years we are doing research. Actually, I am involved in research, and I found
Yes.
so much difficulties in various aspects. And this morning 8 a.m. I received a call from my old student, and similar sort of controversial things she was asking to me, and I remained silent. That why? That because we do not know the background of this the controversy. Research is fully controversial in the sense that it is coming from the society, isn't it? And in society, see, if you have a total say country like India, West Bengal, or whatever, we have a lot of police, right? Agree?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir.
Anyone is there do not agree that policing is not required? Police is required in the society, yes or no? Anyone want to say no? Or any comments on it? Hello? Police is required, CBI is required, ED is required. Yes or no? Yes.
Definitely required, sir.
Definitely required. That is the problem we are facing in the same people are doing research, similar people, and so much controversy. Every day, that if you want to do research, controversies are coming up, right? Because similar sort of ED, CBI should be required in publication. Do you agree? You said, or Shubhajit Chatterjee, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now, do you think this ED, CBI is required for, or similar kind of things are required for this ethics or publication committees? I think ethics committee is everywhere. If you see every university, there is an ethics committee. Or also, if you see the UGC, they also plan for some ethical rules, right?
Yeah.
And also in international body like IEEE and also COPE. You heard about COPE? They also have a ethical committee all about the world, and we are facing, everyone is facing problem. Every day, the problems are emerging like anything. And as a result, there are lots of agencies are coming up. They are doing research on this plagiarism or similarity index or this kind of unethical activities. And day by day, this activity is increasing. And as a result, what is the result of this? Anyone has seen? If someone is caught, what is the result? If you do not say, then it will be difficult for me to continue. You can chat also, no problem. You can also write in chat. If someone is caught in this kind of problem, then in ethical problem, then what is the action is taken? You heard about retraction? Anyone heard about retraction? Hello. One is responding. Anyone heard about retraction? Priyanka Chakraborty, I can see. Priyanka, have you heard about retraction? Priyanka, madam?
Just
Sharon Bishwas, you want to say something?
Please kindly mute yourself. Yeah.
Now, anyone know what is about retraction? Anyone has seen retraction in your publication? Any publication? Have you heard about retraction? Retraction means if you publish somewhere in some journal, and if you are caught in some plagiarism, or that some picture you have copied from somewhere others paper, then that causes retraction. Retraction means the paper will be taken off by the publisher. That is called retraction, right?
Yes, sir.
I thought in this this topic is so interesting and so much to know, that I thought I asked many on to open the camera, but see, no one is opening the camera except Piyush Datta. Without opening the camera, this lecture cannot be done, Piyush said, because so much involved in our subject, and it's totally interactive. Okay.
So I also request all the participants, please turn on your camera. So repetitive times already, sir already request you to turn on your camera, because this topic is very interesting to all of us. So all the participants are request from my end, please turn on your camera.
Okay. And that since the recording is going on, I cannot say many things. So much to discuss, because this kind of ethics coming from various attacks. Ethics is similar to kind of cyber attack. The attack is coming from various sectors of your life, right? I'll touch some of the points. Try to touch some of the points, okay? And okay, let's see. Let me share the screen first. I think you're not showing this thing to you're not. Hello. You're not publishing it to YouTube? Are you publishing it to YouTube? Madam, are you publishing it to this one to YouTube?
Yeah, this is actually, sir, actually it is already published in the YouTube also. It is going.
Yeah, that is the problem, that even if you say many things, it will be against you. Sometimes, that remaining silent is good sometimes, that because,
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, I'll skip many of the slides. I agree. If it is in the YouTube, I'll skip some of the slides.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. If you see in our life, that in our system, when you're talking about this research system, and it starts from our human beings. You heard about these three goons: Tamogun, Rajogun, and Sattvagun. These are the three part of our human nature, right? Goons or nature. Anyone know about it? This one. These three goons are our human nature.
Sir, actually the term is very familiar, but we don't know actually the details about all these things.
These are the three characteristics of human being. That some people, they that Sattva gun means you have to have a balance in your life, and harmony means you are peaceful, you are positive minded, right? And if you have peace in your mind, mind peace is very important when you're doing research. Why do you research? Why we do research? Can anyone say? Yeah. You said why you do research?
Sir, actually, we utilize some nobility in a certain thing, or we utilize some nobility in some work which are already done. Sir,
You want to say something innovative or something novel, right?
yeah, yes, sir.
And any other answer? Anyone want to say more? You want to add something? So you know that it's good you have said that you want to do innovation, but you know, many perspective that we do want to research, because after publishing the paper, we will get you know that promotion, right?
Yes.
Because promotion is linked with the publication of paper. This is also highly unethical. Paper should be, you know, writing a paper should be, you know, that from inner peace. If you develop something new, you want to know, you want to disclose that you have done something new, which is innovative, which is novel, then you should publish for the community, right? But 99% people publishes, at least 90% people publishes for their promotion in the life, to become professor or higher grades, right? So that cannot become to, you know, to give PhD to your students. Agree?
Yes, sir.
And that is observed. There is a rat race. As a result, lot of journals which is not good, they're coming up, and all kind of criminal activities have started all over the world, right? So ethics has gone, because it is related to money. You can publish giving 200 rupees, even 500 rupees, you can publish it some Google or Scopus Index journal. Then you know that that is a problem we are facing all over the world. Even if you see, have you seen the UGC current regulation? Anyone has seen? There is no publishing is required for PhD. Only the quality first and quality last. That is a very important thing. So you have to have your proper mindset, right? That is very important. You have to understand the philosophy of research.
Yes,
I
sir.
just wanted to convey the single message that, you know, we have three characteristics of a human being: Sattva gun, Rajo gun, and Tamas gun. You know, Tamas means, you know, it's a dark. Tamas means dark, right? Night. You know that negativity, apathy, you know, dullness, depression. You know, these are the things that are coming up. Sometimes students comes to me that, sir, I want to do PhD. I say, why you want to do PhD? Because it's my compulsion. And they said, this is my compulsion. My college authority asked me to do it. Go for the enrollment, otherwise they will not give the promotion. I think that is a very pathetic and tragedy, that we are linked the research with our promotion and all these things. And Rajagun means movement, angry, excitement. You know, these are the three goons in our life. Now, obviously, to do a proper research, I just wanted to mention that Sattva gun is required. No, you have to have a proper balance in your human balance, mind balance, right? Balance in your mind. And harmony. You should be properly integrity and positiveness. You should be positive in nature. Then only you will do positive research.
Yes, sir. Agree.
Agreed?
Yes, sir. Agree.
And if you have no peace in your mind, someone is hammering you, you have to give 2 papers at least. I've seen many colleges or many people says, sir, I have to publish every semester 1 paper. It's not possible. Don't go for the rat race. So these are the things that are coming up, that peace. If you don't know peace, you would go for the number, not the quality. So there is a comparison, rather competition between quality versus quantity.
Yeah.
So quality is the first and last thing, not the quantity at all, right?
Yes, sir. Agreed, sir.
And publication becomes a industry. It is a better industry. If you want to do business, publication is a big industry. And a lot of people investing, you know, they're investing nothing and they're publishing or, you know, they're getting a lot of money. And that is the reason lot of, you know, that ethics committee and ethical systems are coming up. I'll try to highlight for next 1 hour what are the problems and what are the clarities are required. So see, the creativity will not come in your mind if you're like this, the second person, right? You have to be calm, peaceful, then only your creativity will come.
Yes.
Especially this kind of mobile phones, a lot of causing distractions, right? If you are always that hooked with WhatsApp message, you cannot do the creativity. You have to be keep yourself away from this kind of that obstructions, rather distractions, right? So creativity, openness, and intelligence, that is the right side. This is the ideal figure you have to promote your research or promote your publication. If you have 100 good publication, if you publish one bad paper, that will give you bad reputation, right? It spoils your whole efforts, right? So we have to be very much careful about this publication. So ethics in publishing is a very, very important subject. I thanks to the organizer. They choose this topic of ethics in publishing. So that I mentioned that we should enjoy. So from see, we should enjoy. The boy who is enjoying and they're creating. Enjoy and innovate, right?
Yes, sir.
But if you see current research papers, I worked as an editor for at least 10 journals, whether it's IEEE or the Springer or Elsevier or Wiley, or we are in a lot of boards, or IETE. I was a board member of IETE. So where we can see that 90% paper comes with they are improving the performance by 1% or 2%, and they're publishing it, right? That means it's called incremental research. There are various types of research. Okay, 90% people are doing for this kind of incremental research. But society, what is the need of society? Society needs, new topic, new dimension, right? New innovative thoughts and process, which will really contribute to the society. Nowadays we call it sustainable technologies, right? Sustainable society. So you are developing certain things which should be helpful for your state, for your college, for your country, for your society, right? You have to make certain products which is effective for your country and which can produce some money, which is a product format. Tell me, out of thousands of paper, how many products are coming up? Right? So this is a big challenge. We should learn and we should innovate. So if you learn enjoying, then automatically the innovation will come. And everyone has potential. I've seen that some of the teachers says, or sometimes it happens in our life that, oh, uska dimag nahi hai, means he don't know nothing. We should not discourage anyone. We should encourage. There is as a teacher also, since it is FDP and everyone is listening here, everyone has potential. Everyone. I was listening to this Einstein. I think Einstein said that 1% talent is required, 99% is hard work. If you do hard work, if you just encourage your students and young faculty members, then bright things should come up, right? So you have to think beyond the syllabus. And sometimes in our curriculum, BTech curriculum or MTech curriculum, we are mostly concentrating on the theory, less on practical. And it should be reverse. We should go to the practical first. Go give the hardware, give the software. I have seen this computer science people, they says, oh, I will not work on hardware because it is part of electronics. Say don't say IoT is part of this electronics. So I'll not work because I am from computer science. I will write only code. And why I will write the code on the sky? You have to write the code on the hardware only, right? So you have to think of certain things. So now it is an area of interdisciplinary research. So you have to know your hardware first, then only you can go for the software design, right? Clear? So everyone has potential. So we have to believe, and we have to believe, as a teacher also, we have to give the encouragement to the young students. As a result, you see that a lot of technologies are coming up, and there are various disruptive technologies coming up with new thoughts. So things are coming like design thinking, okay, reaching parents, talk to them, encouraging the students. Diversity is very important. I think you have observed that UGC opened dual degree, and even you can take biology in your BTech curriculum. Have you seen it? Biology?
Yes, sir. Biology.
Yeah, even I was teaching music in our BTech computer science in 7th semester. So it is a interdisciplinary, everyone can contribute. Music, see the YouTube recommendation system, right? Or music business, how it happens, is totally computer science. Music searching to sorting to business management, blockchain technology, everyone is contributing to the music. So research is not confined to certain place. You have to be honest. You have to think how to integrate various technologies, how to integrate biology in the research, right? Many of us in computer science, we do research in healthcare, and you have to take the people in the loop. You have to talk to doctors. You have to understand the philosophy of the opinion of doctors, right? In our healthcare research, many people do IoT in healthcare or image processing in healthcare. But I have seen as an editor, I have seen that the paper only with some 4 or 5 BTech, MTech or PhD students and one supervisor. There is no doctor in the team. So what do you think, Piyush Datta sir?
Sir, actually, there are some in a first topic, that is in the biology, which is included because in most of the case in a COVID scenario, it is seen that is a biomedical engineering to study the engineering. The biology is an important part, and in the biology syllabus there will be some specification of organic, that is some measurement unit or some device actually implemented to measuring some units from our organic, there is an organ. So that's why the biology is a very important part in further motivation in biomedical engineering. If any student who are actually doing his BTech in computer science or electronics or electrical like that, so he can adopt the actually biomedical engineering in MTech. Yes. And in that case, in a later question, that is to go for any publication, one of the PhD guide is a mandatory to how to implementation, how to proceed his work, any students. So it's person is always required.
Yeah. So that medical people, if you have a image processing, you should have a doctor in your team.
Yeah.
So even as a co-author, or you can give the acknowledgement, okay, that this doctor has seen my work and he has given an approval, right? Okay, you go ahead. So ethical point of view, it is good. As an editor, see, I'm an editor, so it is also very difficult for me to judge whether the paper is ethically correct or not, whether the data presented by this author, whether it has real value or not. This is also very difficult. And believe it or not, many cases I also failed to understand. We also failed to understand whether the research is in right direction or not. So we encourage those who are doing research in medical field, biomedical field, or computers in biology, this kind of area, they should have a doctor in the team. Or if it is a psychology, they must have a psychiatrist or psychologist in the team. That there is no harm putting extra authors if they are contributing, right? So that is very important to to make a proper justification. right? It's not for sake of putting the authors. You have to justify your research. Okay, maybe there one or two sentences can improve the quality of your research. So from ethical point of view also, we are all encouraging. If you see the research guidelines from IEEE, Springer, and any publishing houses, they always mention that you should have a proper team. Have you seen the research paper in Nature? There are 100 authors, 70 authors in the paper. They are giving acknowledgement as a co-author to all the whole team. He's saying, see, any good quality research should come with various opinions from the stakeholders. Doesn't matter how many co-authors are coming up. Okay. So this is very important that when you want to develop certain things for the society, actually why we are doing it? See, we are here in this world only for how many years? 70 years. After that, everyone will die. Anyone is here who is immortal? No. Then why we are thinking of I? We have to think of we. We have to work together, right? We have to think together. If you publish one or two good quality paper, then it will be great. Now we see we are all, including myself also, we are running after the papers. Count number, not the quality. So quality first and quality last. This is the first opinion, especially from ethics point of view, right? So there should not be any kinds of that policy. If you even you see the NAC NBA, they also say how many counts. They don't see the quality. They have to see the quality also. Whether the paper is published in good quality journals, whether the publication is supported by very good evidence of documents, that should be also taken care, right? I think hopefully it will change. Even you see the UGC also mentioned that no publication is required. Have you seen the recent policy? No publication is required. Only the quality and the product that will be assessed, and the patent. So patenting is very important nowadays. So that we have to innovate the system, teachers, students, ultimately the quality education environment will come up, right? It's a very important term by Swami Vivekananda, right? This is the week of Youth Week, right? We call it 12th January was the birthday of Swami Vivekananda. He said that education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. What it means actually? It's a very deep word he mentioned. It is already within the man or any human being, right? We have to give a proper shape to it. Education is already within us, right? We have to give a proper shape. And also see Kalam, I met Kalam and he said, he's a powerful person. Everyone know that. So education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, right? So you have to keep in mind these words before going to any publication. So, skill is among us, all the good human beings. See, he always mentioned before publication or before any innovation, you have to be a good human being. So I have shown in the first slide, Tamogun, Rajogun, and this is the very interesting way, right? If you fail, never give up. Failure means, first fail means first attempt in learning. I think many of my papers always get rejected sometimes. And my students say, sir, I will not study. This is my last day of research. They get so much demotivated. Yes. But see the comments. I tell always see the comments by the experts, right? And try to follow them. Instead of getting disheartened, depression, and so many things, failure is good. Paper rejection does not mean the end of the road, right? There's a very interesting word. End of the road is not the bend of the road is not the end of the road. I'm repeating, bending of the road is not the end of the road, right? So your research can fail. Your one paper can be rejected. but see the good comments. I always feel very happy, even if my paper is rejected, if I get good comments. Agree, sir? If I get
Yes.
good comments from the reviewer, it helps me to write that paper in right direction. Sometimes we got very good comments from the reviewer, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And that changed the direction of the paper. Sometimes I think that we should give the co-authorship to the some of the reviewers. Maybe in future it will come, because sometimes co-authors gives so much innovative model which is not in my paper. Okay, I took their comments very seriously, thinking day and night, and ultimately some good things will come up, right? So failure is a very good thing. Means failure in the sense, the reviewer comments you have to follow very judiciously, and right. So this is some of my picture in 2005 with Kalam, and he is a very nice person. You know, he is always encourages. Even if you fail, he always encourage you to work hard, right? This is a very important. See, this one is very interesting to me. Confidence and the hard work is the best medicine to kill the disease like failure, called failure, right? So even I, sometimes anyone has seen in this group that your paper is good, your idea is good, but reviewer said it is wrong. Anyone has seen it?
Actually, sir, this kind of feedback I got when there is some search engine in a Spinger or Elsevier like that.
Yeah.
So according to my keywords, I just put into the search engine of the Spinger or Elsevier. But I think that the paper is actually suitable for my journal. But what will happen? I got the rejected that this is not actually they actually want. So this kind of actually feedback I got the most of the cases.
So the question is that that if you are confident to your research, what paper you have written, then you should go ahead. See, does not matter whether it is good. If you have the confidence of your own results, my experience is that if you are doing experimental work, at least 50% chance the paper will be accepted.
Yes.
If you are doing a theoretical work, only 10% chances that your paper will be accepted in a first go, right? So you have to have the confidence on yourself or in your student group or your community. Okay. Sometimes my students say, sir, change the result as per the reviewer comments. I say, change means what do you want to say? I'm getting my point. We should not be, we should think the reviewer comments, but ultimately you are the best judge of your paper. End of the day, you are the best judge of your paper. What the product you have developed. You have seen the various other innovations are not initially accepted. But ultimately, after even the person died, after that it will be recognized. You will got prizes or something like that. You are the best judge of your research, right? Very interesting this word. Even you want to shine like a sun, you have to burn like a sun. Very important, especially for ethical point of view. Very important. If you want to get a good paper, say in IEEE transaction, you have to read the papers from IEEE transaction or any good or nature, right? If you read it, everything is possible. Sometimes my student says, sir, I don't have the confidence to publish in nature. So it is never possible. 127 effector, or say for IEEE, say 10 effector. But if you have a courage that you want to do it, then you have to you just listen to this word. If you want to shine like a sun, you have to burn like a sun. It means you have to read the papers from those journals and see how they are writing, what is the procedure they are following, and how actually you have to repeat those works in your laboratory or in your collaboration and everything, right? So this is a very important word. innovation, first we have to have a proper dream. Means your thoughts, right? You might say, you say that my dream is to publish in IEEE transaction. If you have a proper dream, you can do it. Everything is possible in this. There is nothing called impossible. Everything is possible. I'll discuss why I'm talking this about ethical seminar or ethical conference. So if you can dream, if you do not think, if you make your target lower, you can never achieve the higher. If you keep your target, see, this is the target. If you keep your target in nature, at least you can publish in IEEE transactions, right? Or in good Elsevier journals or any other good journals, right? And timely innovation. Timely is very important. Listen, I'm repeating this word timely because everyone is working in this world simultaneously. If you're led by one day, you lose your research. Your whole energy is lost. Agreed?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So timely research is very important. If you submit it, you have to submit as soon as possible. So generally, you know that sometimes we should not waste time. You know that you have to submit it properly, proper time. You know, in the journals you have seen the time is mentioned, date of submission, date of acceptance, everything is mentioned because time is very important. If otherwise, what will happen? Other people can take your data, right? Now, this is very important that country like India, that China is highest number of patents. Everyone know, and that is the reason China is flying like a so high. So country like India, we have now MHRD is good. They are opening a IIC cell, innovation cell in every colleges and universities. Patent first. Before you want to publish, you have to give a patent first. Even J.C. Bose, Jagadish Chandra Bose, lost his that he's the innovator of this radio, right? Radio wave. But Marconi did the first patent. Even he has not mentioned the Marconi has not mentioned even the Jagadish Chandra Bose in the reference. Okay. There is a long fighting between whether it's a radio wave by Marconi, whether it's by J.C. Bose. Marconi did also good, but he has not acknowledged the work by J.C. Bose. And there was a long fighting in IEEE. Many people maybe. After that, few years before, 2-3 years before, IEEE came to Calcutta and they put a plank in J.C. Bose Institute that J.C. Bose is the first innovator in radio, not Marconi. Okay. So as an Indian, we are proud. We are using mobile phones. We are using a lot of gadgets. 5G, 6G is coming up, right? So everything is first started in Calcutta, in India, right? So we should be, as an Indian, we should be proud of it. So, but see, that time there is no concept of patent. Actually, J.C. Bose have not taken the patent of this radio. Now we are all, we have to have the patent first. I think everyone know that after publication you cannot do the patent. Generally, that is the reason you have to make the patent first, file your patent to Indian Patent Office or anywhere, then you submit your paper. And many of you may be knowing that Government of India is sponsoring this patent. They are giving the money through Kapila project and other projects to the students and to the faculty members, all the patent costs. So government is now encouraging and doing great job to encourage our teachers and students to file the patents, and they are paying the patent filing cost. Okay. If you have a patent, no one can stop you. You cannot say that this is my work, right? No one can copy your data. Next part is Pallavi Bose. You want to say something? Pallavi Bose. Pallavi Bosch, I can, either you say something or mute yourself. Okay, thank you. Now, ethics is a kind of virtual reality. You heard the term virtual reality? Sometimes we call it black and white, whether black and white is opposite, right? Ethics is a very, I told you in the beginning, that very critical word, and we face a lot of ethical issues, right? Every day. Every day we are facing this kind of ethical issue in terms of publications, right? So ethics is the norms to conduct, distinguish between acceptable and non-acceptable behavior. Why there is police? I started, why there is ED, CBI in India, or what is the purpose? To stop this kind of crimes, right? Similarly, UGC makes some norms to for our research community, that you should have a similarity index below how much? 10%, right?
Yes, sir, 10%.
Yeah, but there is also some fallacy. But if there is a biology, I was checking some biology thesis, said DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. If the terms are big, biology journals, the plagiarism comes 20%, 30%. So there is, word is very important. Okay, whether it's biology research, whether it's other kind of research. So these words are very important. When it's word count. Okay. Word length is very important. 10% with word count, say 14. Clear? So this is, the Authenticate, we use various softwares like Authenticate and other things to check this kind of plagiarism, right? Now, Dalai Lama, he mentioned that be a good human being. It should be warm-hearted and affectionate person. So when you have to do a research or you have to publish, as a corresponding author, you have to keep your team, means authors and co-authors, you have to judiciously give them the ranks, first author, second author, accordingly, right? But in 90% cases it don't happen. That causes a lot of criticism or a lot of confusions, right? And everyone want to become the first author. It fight starts then. Have you seen this kind of problem, anyone? Everyone is silent in this group. Anyone has seen that in your paper, everyone want to become first author? In a bus, there is only one seat in the front, and everyone want to sit in the front seat. Is it possible?
No, sir.
But it happens in our life. Even I've seen the students are fighting, and a lot of ultimately friendship has broken. So many things, as a guide, that I have guided around 20 PhD students, 20 already received PhD, and 8 is going on. So I have to do more conflict management, as a conflict manager, right? So the lot of fighting is on all the times, and many teachers face the similar issues. I think no one is responding. I think we can chat also, no problem. Want to do. So you should not be biased. Generally, what happens? Some undergraduate students or postgraduate students, they write, and we give the first author to the PhD students. It happens, right, sir? It happens in our life, and that causes lot of confusion and lot of fighting and lot of criticism. Okay, these are the biggest problem. So as a guide also, you have to have this kind of qualities. I'm not reading. Let's see. These are the qualities, right? As a supervisor or as a team member of the team, you have to keep everyone in the otherwise, ethics should not be, maintained, very difficult. And it happens everywhere in the world, right? So as a team member, you should have this kind of quality. Then only you can take everyone in the same team, right? Same boat. So this is a very important word, I versus we. What it means? I versus we. Piju Datta sir, you are from which college?
Sir, Greater Kolkata, College of Engineering and Management.
Okay. So as a Piju Datta, you have some identity?
Yes. Yeah.
Also, there is an identity that Piju Datta as a faculty of Greater Kolkata, right?
Yes, sir.
So just think of it that when you are contributing something, you are publishing something, your college's affiliation is also there, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Definitely, yes.
When I am Debashish there, I am from a university, so technology university. When I am talking about my research, means my university is also acknowledged.
Yes, yes.
And that is the problem, that in our life we said, this is my paper. What you will do if you publish say 200 papers? Will you die with this paper? Then this paper will go with you. Okay. Now this is the big challenge we are facing, that we want to confine ourselves in I. We have to think in we, and we has a lot of power. We have to work in a team. Unfortunately, it happens in many cases. If you are working in a team, data gets leaked. Your collaborators steal your data. They publish in it separately. Even if I've seen in many colleges, students are presenting something this semester. Next semester, other teachers copying the same data and publishing. They started the work in same domain. Because we all believe in I. Main karunga, but we do not believe in we. See, if you do something for our country, for our college, then we should say we. We should work together. I creates the confusion, but we solve the confusion. Agreed?
Yes.
If you say I, that creates confusion. Yes, you can take the lead. But there is a power of we. We creates the power. Right? Your publication means your college publication also, right? Your university publications. And that is helping in various activities. Your name and fame of your college, right, is associated with it. So we have to work together. And we should collaborate with the right people. But it happens many times during the collaboration, your data is lost. So we are afraid of collaboration. It happens with me many times.
Yes.
Sometimes I've seen my MTech students, they're working with me. They have done 50% work. They've gone to other universities. They're publishing our same work. Even the picture is drawn by me. Okay. So it should not happen. That is the reason sometimes I stop working, thinking that what is going on in this world. Clear? I think many of you may have faced this kind of problems. For last 20 years, my experience is like this. Okay. Even if you want to publish your own work, they claims from outside that is their work. That is the reason many college, they mention, or many university, they mention the publication ethics, that if you leave the college, this is not your data. As long as you are associated with the college or system, you are associated. Otherwise, if you claim from multiple sides, the editor gets confused. As an editor, I received many mails, said, this is my paper. I was in this college, X college, I left. I was in now Y college. I've seen my supervisor publish this data with X college with different students. It happens with me, and it's creating a lot of confusions. And it is a very, very serious allegation, and it is happening. So there are some ethics rules by every college, norms, and universities also. If you leave the college, your data is no more with you. Okay. So there is some ethical guidelines are there. If you see, there are various universities, they have their own ethical teams. Every college must have their own ethical team. And there are some international guidelines also. What is what? I mean, how to follow. Okay. This is a very, very interesting picture. Do you know this picture? Anyone? Shakespeare, Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar, Shakespeare, this Shakespeare is old person, Brutus, the Julius Caesar trusted the most, right? He's written, even you Brutus want to kill this person, right? Brutus is the most reliable person, he want to kill you. That means whom you trust the most, he can be your dangerous, he can be your biggest enemy. So you have to be careful. All we have to be very much careful that it written, even you Brutus, means that means Caesar, he has trusted Brutus most, but even he want to kill. It happens with your publication also. You have given trusted your anyone most, they can be your biggest enemy. It is a very, very very dangerous, but the question comes whether you trust or you should not trust. It's very, very, if you do not trust, you cannot work in a team, right? Isn't it? We have to trust, but Gaddar is everywhere. This, we call it Ghoresh Shatru Bibhishan, right? So everywhere it is there, that you trust the most. See, Julius Caesar, so old. Shakespeare said, similar story comes in your research community. And it happens to our life. I don't know, I'm not going in detail. I that I'm not going in detail. You try to understand the philosophy of it, right? Now, as a result, to solve these problems, there is an international community called COPE, Committee on Publication Ethics. This is an international body. If you anyone in this group, I can see 63 participants, you can directly write to this committee, Committee on Publication Ethics. They take care of this. And COPE has a lot of, seminars, means they have a lot of YouTube channels. You can go through their publication policies, okay? And you can also make a complaint if you're facing similar kind of ethical issues, okay? And they will resolve it. And this copy is developed or rather maintained by all the publishers together, mind it. Committee on Publication Ethics. They have their own websites and email. Anyone face issues, they can contact them, right? So when you are writing in a research paper, see, first is conceptualization, right? There are 14 aspects of writing. Conceptualization. Who first started thinking? Then data curation. Okay, data management, data, metadata. Then formal analysis. Funding, investigation, means research. Methodology, how you will follow it. Project administration, resources, software, supervisor, supervision, validation, visualization means graphs. Validation means comparing the result with others. Original report writing, after peer reviews and editing. So these are the standard 14 steps. I think everyone knows this. These are the standard 14 steps. Nowadays, at least I know in Elsevier, you want to publish it, you have to give a declaration, right? Say you have 4 authors. Say author 1 did how many parts? Whether they have conceptualized, whether they formal do the analysis, right?
Yes.
You have to give a declaration. In Elsevier, I have seen it at least, right? I have to do. If you want to submit in Elsevier, you have to write all these things. Then only you will be able to submit. And if you have to falsify this thing, then you will be in trouble, right? Now that comes to the why they are doing it, you know, anyone can say why they are doing it, why they are taking this declaration from you. They want to understand who has contributed which part out of these 14 components, right? But sometimes it happens, some influential person, they want to give the name, right?
Yes.
It happens, right? So influential name, right? They have not even seen the paper, their names appears in the paper. Sometimes, you know, the authors want to appreciate, or rather they want to include some of the higher authorities' name or some influential people's name to get the paper easily accepted, right? And this is the biggest crime of our society. And unbelievably, this is happening all over the world. Unbelievable, believe it or not. Agreed? Anyone? Any question or comments?
Sir, I have a question, sir. Actually, what will happen? You just mentioned that this like that. That is what is the contribution of the co-author or author like that in case of Elsevier.
Yeah.
So also another thing is maybe from my point of view, I don't know, sir. You will be agree or you are just give me a suggestion also. Actually,
Yeah.
what is this paper also be submitted by the another co-author in different domain, in maybe a Springer or another Elsevier also, Elsevier journal. So maybe suppose who are actually taking the responsibility for the data formulation or the methodology part. So this sequence is actually sometimes is mismatch. Suppose if I writing a paper and my colleague also contributing some part, suppose I am take the responsibility to methodology part, okay, and my colleague also takes the responsibility for giving some literature review part. So I submit this paper in Elsevier, suppose Elsevier part A journal, where my contribution is given, that is I give that actually the methodology part and my colleague is giving the actually the literature review. But at the same time, he also submitting this paper in a different journal Elsevier. And what will happen in that case? Suppose he mentioned that he actually take the responsibility for the result or methodology part, and I take that the responsibility for the literature review part. So there are some contradiction is taken place. In some cases, maybe the actually Elsevier takes this initiative or like that. From my point of view.
Now you are saying that you are submitting same paper in different journal.
Some of the cases, in that case, what will happen? Like some of the cases, the co-op actually giving some message or information like that. That same paper is submitted in a two different journal. And
No,
in
you cannot submit same paper in different journal.
yes, sir,
Awesome.
that is.
You cannot submit. Do you know that? Anyone know that? If you submit in same paper in different journal, you will be caught. Then you will be given punishment.
Yes, yes.
Even in IEEE,
Yes.
IEEE is very strict. IEEE has a guillotine system. They'll take a gaddan. They mention if you do this kind of thing at least 1 year,
Yes.
they will ban you. You will not be able to submit. Even your membership, if you have an IEEE member or senior member or fellow, your membership will be cancelled. Simultaneous submission is not allowed. And listen, as an editor, I'm not showing it because it is online. Know that in my dashboard, I can see how many places you have submitted same paper. I'm repeating for everyone. I can see same paper, how many journals you have submitted. Accordingly, the action will be taken by the publisher. I just inform the publisher and they take the action. Sometimes, Piyush Dattu said,
Yes.
you know that it happens that some students, they have a habit. One in Elsevier, one in Willy, one in Springer, one in different journals they are submitting. And they are thinking it will not be caught. There is something is called ResearchGate or the editorial manager. Through the editorial manager, I can see how many papers are submitted simultaneously. Okay, it's a serious crime.
Yes.
So there is no ethical clearance for that. So you'll be punished.
Yes. Actually, sir, I just give you that actually that may be the reason. That's why the this kind of contribution actually they're asking for. That is what is the
Yeah. So there is no question from the other participants, interestingly. But this is a very, very important slide, this one especially. I can tell you many things that say, when I first look at the journal, when it comes as an editor, that I look at the journal, I see 4 co-authors. Sometimes I've seen everyone has same 4, all 14 they've mentioned. This is impossible, right? Everyone did the same job. They simply copy and pasted. Everyone is conceptualized, everyone is writing, everyone is doing software. And how everyone can become the supervisor? There will be only one supervisor, isn't it? So you have to be judiciously fill up this form when you will be asked. Otherwise, paper will be returned. And we take this matter very seriously. This publishing house take this matter very seriously. Okay. So this is very, very, very important slide. So who is contributing which part, right? Is it clear?
yes, sir.
So no question from other people? If no question, then I can go to the next slide. But this is a very, very important slide from ethical point of view. If you forget all my slides, this is the only slide which is required for everyone to follow, right? I took it from online. It is there everywhere. It is available. Okay. So what is that? We call it ethics, respect. Respect means respect your co-authors, your colleagues, and everyone. Honesty and integrity. Sometimes one data is going out, you are changing the data, forging of data. Integrity means you are giving a fake data set, fake picture. And sometimes I've seen, it was observed, some people was taking pictures from others' paper, old paper. Nowadays, through the image can also checked, right? And the papers will be retracted. You cannot put it in your paper. Your bad name will come out, right? Your paper will be retracted if you do not have the honesty and integrity. Okay. See? So these are the avenues, right? Ethics, research ethics, honesty and integrity, protection of human subjects, protection of human subjects. Animal, we should not kill the animals. Animal ethics there, right? Animal ethics committee. Those who are doing basically biology or human health, you have to take care of this. Responsible publication. We should not mislead the people. Just sake of publication, you are publishing a garbage. That is, misleading, right? Confidentiality should be there, copyright and IPR and objectivity. We should have proper objective, why you want to publish, right? So these are the avenues you have to take care while you are publishing, especially for ethics point of view. Research ethics means that involves the publication, rather application of fundamental ethical principles from the research community and high ethical standards you have to maintain. Okay. Especially for biology research, we should not kill the animals. The rat killing is now prohibited in many laboratories nowadays. Otherwise, what will happen? There will be no rat in this art. So much people are taking rats and killing in the laboratories, even in bachelor's degree, and they're doing research. So there is some ethical policies. You have to cultivate the rats. You have to have a animal house in your laboratories and all these things. If you're doing human research, that is more dangerous. I did one research in human. I have to go to the hospitals for several years to get an ethical clearance. Okay. So this kind of clearance is required for the society to survive, right? So these are the principles already I've mentioned: this honesty, objectivity, integrity, carefulness. If you're careless, you can give wrong data. Nowadays, journal also gives post publication support. Do you know that? Anyone know that? Post publication support. If you publish something wrong by mistake, you can write to the editor, I did this mistake, I want to rectify my paper. They give the chance to rectify, because research is very important, output is very important. We should not mislead any people. So this is coming up called post publication. After the journal is published, you can also have a addendum, you know, like appendix kind of thing. Next volume or next year you can come up with as an addendum. Okay. So carefulness is very important. Openness, respectful, confidentiality, respect to the colleagues. Yes, very important. This is very, very important. We have to respect the colleagues. No, those who are giving support, you have to at least give the acknowledgement, or as a co-author or as a acknowledgement part, those who have contributed. Social responsibility means the research should be socially oriented, means it should be socially accepted. You know, sustainable research. You're doing research for water. Say water is very precious, right? So we should do the research on human. Say Piyush Datta sir mentioned that COVID research for last 3 years we are suffering. Still, COVID is on. So a lot of research is on COVID because to help the community, right? Isn't it? A lot of medicines, a lot of vaccines, a lot of technologies are coming up for predictions of pandemics and everything. Now, there are very important areas called authorship. I'll discuss in detail how you'll give the authorship. Plagiarism. I think tomorrow you have a lecture on plagiarism, right?
Yes.
Yeah, madam is coming up. I think there is a reason I am not going in detail of this plagiarism, but I'll show you some of the case studies in plagiarism, which is very important. Peer review. Research with animals, human beings, and research misconduct. So these are the very important parts of research, right? Authorship is very important. How to give the authorship? There is always fighting. I told you that everyone wants to become the first author. You know, I've heard, you know, that many cases BTech students write the paper, PhD student gets the credit. It's a very common phenomena. BTech students are more brighter than the PhD students. Sometimes, not always. So this kind of unethical fighting is on. As a co-author, as a you know, the supervisor, your life becomes hell. Okay, and even if the case go to your vice chancellor or to dean, and so much fighting is on. Everyone want to become the first author, but as a guide, you have to decide. You have to judiciously and properly you have to mention how to give the author 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Because in a bus or in a car, in a single first front seat, only one can sit, right? So this is very, very important. I have seen, you know, very other thing. Okay, chalo, this paper you become the first author, next paper you will become first author. This is not kind of thing, you know, we have to give everyone's confidence that, okay, based on the contribution only, you will be given the authorship. But this is very rare. We face this problem, right? We get so much email. When I was editing certain things, in some of the journals, they disclose the editor name. My name, Debashish, is disclosed to the author, all the co-authors. And they write to my personal email, sir, I have contributed this much. I want to become the first author. Then I write to the corresponding author, sir, this is the conflict is going on. You resolve, because you are the corresponding author, you are the supervisor. Sometimes students, then what happens? Students become angry. Then they design or rather generate a fake email or this kind of thing, and they submit the paper in other journal. Can you believe it? It happens. And the scope knows everything. the scope committee, right? They know everything. What the things are happening around the world. Now, this slide, I took it from the scope site, right? Gifting author. Hello, you are my good friend. You want to become author? New Year gift. 2003, Happy New Year. You become the co-author. Have you seen it? I've seen it many times. It's called gifting authors. I put your name in my paper. You put my name in my author. Even I don't know what is written. This is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And this is very common. Gifting authors. Are you getting my point, sir?
Yes, sir.
New Year gift, Christmas gift. Okay. Ultimately, what happens, you know, sir? When, say, suppose I work in the domain of IoT. My specialization is networking, IoT, and this thing, right?
Yes.
Suppose Piyush Dottu sir, say, suppose which area are you working, sir?
Sir, artificial intelligence and same, sir, IoT.
Okay, say suppose you are working, say, artificial intelligence. I don't know much, right? So suppose you are working artificial intelligence, I work in IoT.
Yes.
So we have a mutual understanding. Okay, I'll put your name in my IoT paper or other 5G network paper. You suppose you do not know 5G,
Yes.
but you have gone to give an interview to a certain college.
Yes.
Then the interviewer will ask, okay, Mr. Datto, tell me about 5G.
Yes.
Then you will be in the blue sky. Oh, I don't know. You have to look at the sky. Then you will remember, oh, why I put my name in the paper?
Yes.
To increase the number of paper in my life. But ultimately, you are at a soup.
Yeah.
Please don't do it. Those who are listening, please don't do it. Even if you do it, at least you read what is written. They become so generous. Are you getting my point? Gifting is very, very, biggest crime. And it's injustice to the other co-authors. Suppose you are working in image processing or artificial intelligence. Debashish, they do not know. Suppose I am giving an interview for certain post in certain university. If the university asks me, sir, in this paper number 13, you have written, say, this deep learning is how it is happening. Tell me what is deep learning. Then I cannot give the answer. Just imagine how much face loss it is, isn't it? Agreed, sir?
Yes, sir. Agreed, sir.
I'm not showing it now, but if you search, some of the co-authors, they publish 80 journals in a year. Is it possible, sir?
No, sir.
70, 80 journals in a year. Is it possible, anyone? 80 journals. To write a journal, it takes so much pain. 80 journals, how much possible? So basically, it's all gifted authors. You give me this, I'll give you this. Okay? You give me chocolate, I'll give you Cadbury. This is not like that. Co-authorship, you have to earn your co-authorship. Agree? You have
Gives
to earn it.
article.
You have
Gives
to work hard.
Yes.
You know that Sir Uchake you means you have to live in this world to the high heads. You know that why you are Netaji said, you know, that you have to, those who are brave, they always look up. And if you are a gifted author, you look down. Agreed? In the interview, you look down. He said, proudly that you have 10 papers. That is fine, good enough. Number of paper is not important. Citation is also important. If you have got paper and no one is reading, there is no problem of publishing paper. So gifting author is very, very, very dangerous. Guest author. Guest author means the editor. You want to put the name of the editor, you will become, your paper is accepted. Guest author. Okay. And ghost author is more dangerous. Ghost author. What is that? You submitted a paper in certain conference with your friends conference or somewhere. Without telling you, they put their name. This is called ghost author. And this COPE committee knows everything. Now, I took this slide from the COPE. They know everything, mind it, they know everything. They have done enough research to do this kind of thing, right? Fake author or false author, similar. You're putting some of your higher authority because they will give you promotion. You want to please them. Rather they force, sometimes they force you. Or you want to please. So gifting, forcing, false author, this is not actually accepted, right? Forged authorship, co-authorship, right? Paper bills, you become a factory, paper factory. Paper broker. Paper broker, what is that? Anyone can tell? What is paper broker? You know what is broker? Tell me what is broker.
Someone sells or sold my authorship or my.
Yeah, it is something like that. In broker, say you want to buy a house or you want to rent a flat, right? You have to go to the broker and tell them, I want a house in 20,000 rupees in rent, right? The broker has a lot of information, who is doing what. And they connect themselves and you get the house in proper price. But you have to give the brokerage. So here, paper broker, they will call you. They will connect you through LinkedIn, right? I have seen it. They want to say, you connect with me, you'll be published in good journal. They contact 10 people, and you see he has good CV, curriculum vitae, right? Or what do you call CV, right? Biodata, good biodata. You will be attracted. You will be in trap. This is one kind of trap, mind it. I took this slide. I'm telling you many times from the COPE. COPE knows everything. And this kind of co-authors or authors, brokers has been identified. Can you believe it? They have identified who are the brokers. Okay. Even if you see some other, they're asking the rate chart is there. First author 40,000, second author, you have heard about it. What is going on? Because that we are linking our promotion. We have to think of the quality. We have to think about ourselves, the country. See, India is developing, India is progressing like anything. We have to think of the country. We have to work hard to earn your paper. Not like all these things, nine different types of co-authors are mentioned in this slide. The COPE committee knows everything. What is actually happening in this world, right? And they are keeping a close eye on you. Okay. So please be careful, everyone. You will be anytime trapped. Anytime trapped. Okay. So there are always ethical guidelines. I'm not going in detail. Generally, all the college or university, we prepared it. For us, University Grants Commission, UGC, also has mentioned that you'll be penalized if your plagiarism is more than 10-20%, something like that. That is also very dangerous. That UGC mentioned, right, sir? Sir, more than 10%, something penalty is there, right?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes I also get afraid. If some of my student did some mistake, you'll be in a soup.
Yes.
One mistake will kill you. One mistake. Sometimes you have to be very much careful about publishing. And sometimes it is observed the students are submitting the paper. That is very illegal. Generally, teachers must be the corresponding author because they take most precautions before the submission, right? Because students have a bad habit of submitting in many places. IEEE will ban you like anything. Research on animals, I've already mentioned. You have to have a proper animal house or proper ethical committee. In our university also we have ethics committee. Every university there is an ethics committee. Those are biology sections. Now this is very important in terms of ethical things. It's called self-citation. Anyone want to comment? What is self-citation?
Publishing my own work, that is called self-citation.
Yeah, you are citing, as in your 20 citation, 10 is yours.
Yes, like that.
Yeah.
But in some of the cases, what will happen? Some of the papers which are very related to my new work,
Yes,
then I
yes.
can. That is at least 2 or 3 like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that may be acceptable. That will be depends upon the.
See, 2, 3 is always you have to give because you are maybe doing continuation of certain work. Yeah. Some crosstalk is going. Yeah. So self-citation is biggest crime actually. That is actually happening everywhere, and self-citation is not good. Your H index will not be high. Self-citation is considered as a bad practice, right? You will be also blacklisted if you have too much self-citations. I can see Nirmala Bhattacharya. Anyone is there? Nirmala Bhattacharya. Are you there, Nirmala Bhattacharya? Okay. So, okay, let's see. The self-citation, many people do it, right? It is totally unethical. But if your paper is good, other people will cite. Why you want to have 10,000 citation? If you have a good paper, that can have good citation. If you publish a good paper in good journal, the citation will be always high, isn't it? Nothing comes so easily. So you have to be a little bit respectful to your system, right? And second one is forced citation. What is that? Dr. Rupadarshi is there? Rupadarshi is there? Are you there, Dr. Rupadarshi? Okay, everyone silent. Okay. Yeah. What is forced citation? Yeah.
Yeah, forced citation means that is some unrelated research article when cited in a particular manuscript.
Yeah.
That is not related to the actual manuscript.
Yeah.
So that is forced citation, and this kind of things also be happened into to me also. That is in some book chapter when I going to publish any chapter, then what will happen? The editor actually forced me to cite his paper which is not related to my article.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is actually the example of the forced citations.
Yeah, actually, as an editor, we have to go to various trainings by the publishers. I'm really thankful to the publishers that they give us training to how to do and what to do and what not to do, do's and don'ts, right? They say that if you see some of the citation which is related, even not their paper, I check whether it's their paper. I simply blacklist those this reviewer. You know that the reviewer even do not accept the paper unless and until his paper is included in the journal, right?
Yes.
Or in the publication. They give a R1, R2, R3, Sometimes they do, that personally they contact the authors through various Facebook and social networks, and they give that these 4 papers you have to publish, so cite. This is really pathetic. This is a competition is going on. Ethically, ethics point of view, this is not at all accepted, right? We cannot accept it from ethics point of view. Forced citation is the biggest crime. As a result, can you believe it? Many of the reviewers are banned by various authorities, right? Clear? So self-citation and forced citation both are very considered as unethical, and a lot of penalties are also there, right? So we have to be very much careful from ethics point of view. This is very interesting. You know, when the teacher and student, you know, generally who reviews? Generally, professor review a paper, right? Mostly. But generally, sometimes teachers give the student to review the paper, and student copy some portion and publish it in his own. It happens in many cases. Leaking of data. Sometimes I tell my students, when you submit a paper, it is not your paper. It is gone to someone's in the cyber world. Many times during the review, paper gets leaked. At the same time, even some of the professors also, they give the students to review the paper, which is also highly unethical. Okay, as an editor, you have to give a, you know, there's a clause that you should not give it to anyone, unpublished work to anyone except you, not to your colleagues, not to your students, not to other communities, right? Otherwise, that reviewer will be, you know, banned. And it happens in many cases. They have been identified, even they copied in their own papers with unknowingly. So this is very bad, isn't it? So suppose Piyush Datta is the expert of IoT, and you will be getting the review request from IoT only. Agreed? IoT and AI. Now you see, this paper is very interesting. You copy and you do your paper. That is also leaked. So you have to be honest from inside. It comes from your own culture, why you are there. You know that I have given 3 gun, Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva, right? You have to be calm and quiet. You have to have a proper positive set of mind. Yes, I can do it. Not copy it from others' idea. Are you getting my point, sir?
Yes.
See, ideally, when you are in the class, we expect all the students should open the things, right? Now, this appears that I'm talking to, or rather I'm discussing to Dr. Piyush Datta only. No one is responding, right? So, okay, no problem. At least thank you that you are interactive and we are giving very interesting data from you also. So this is very interesting. Leaking is a very biggest challenge we are facing. Believe it or not, I also seen my paper gets under review, similar to work is published, and they came for review to me. They are doing so much delay, 9 months delay. Somehow, this in a circular way, that paper comes to me. Okay. I don't know whether it's a Lord Buddha. We are not Lord Buddha, right? We are the forget and forgive everything, right? So this is the pain of a researcher. Sometimes you will face this kind of leak issues, and this is a very important problem. So similarity or plagiarism is a very critical issue. I think tomorrow, Madam is coming here. She will be talking on plagiarism. I use Authenticate software. I think it is a very well-known and popular software for checking this similarity index. And now people are very smart. They use some. There is no plagiarism nowadays. You know that, sir. Piyush Datta said there is no plagiarism nowadays. You know why?
Why, sir? Actually, myself also user actually turned it in, but each and every case.
You know that there is no plagiarism because students are very smart. We are in the we are using smartphone, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And we are also having smart guys, means smart students, smart colleagues, smart students, right?
Yeah.
I have seen my student paper 80% plagiarism. I called him. Within 1 hour, he came with a different paper. I said, how it is possible? They said, there is some software is available nowadays. They change the language. I'm not telling here to all my friends here. They're changing the AI-based language, NLP kind of thing, changing the language. So this is really unethical. And see, after reading, I found the meaning of the sentence has changed.
Yes.
See, you have to be careful and you have to do hard work to get it published in a proper venue, right? Nothing comes so easily. without hard work, nothing comes so easily. I want to stop here by saying that Einstein said 1% talent and 99% hard work. If you do not go for the hard work, then you will be facing a lot of problems. Nothing comes so easily. Okay. Isn't it, sir?
Yes, sir.
The software will write paper. You will think software will write paper. Is it possible? No, a lot of people are using this kind of AI-based softwares to write their papers. Even my students. I was afraid what will happen. Okay. So phrasing or rephrasing is a very interesting way. They're writing those things, they're copying. But you know that is the reason I think yesterday you have a workshop, right? You know, first day lecture was how to write a paper. You have to write point wise. What are the novelty you got? You have to make a proper table, charts and everything. How you are actually approaching the problem. Not copy and paste and change. But you know, believe it or not, 80% people are doing copy, paste and then changing. And that is causing a lot of similarity. And sometimes, you know, if you another way plagiarism can come, say Pijus Datta sir or myself or maybe Debash is there, we want to submit a paper, similar line of paper in 2-3 journals, not same paper, similar type of paper. Maybe the related box remains same. Then also that causes plagiarism. Same or similar. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
2 papers are you are submitting, one in Elsevier, one in IEEE, different paper. But both are on AI and IoT, then some part will remain same, say the related work. Then what will happen? That also cause plagiarism. That cannot be checked by Authenticate or Turnitin. That is the reason Authenticate, they're coming up with some indexing that we can put both the softwares together. I think tomorrow madam will show you that, hopefully. Otherwise, sometimes I'll show you because it will take another 3-4 hours. I have that. You also, Piju sir, you also have that software, right?
Yes, sir.
So we all use it for our checking purpose, right? So similarity index checking is very, very essential nowadays. Now, another very last point I want to mention that when you are checking the similarity index, say language is there, different, but the theme is same. Theme means philosophy is same. That is also plagiarism. Concept plagiarism. We call it concept. You took the concept and you have not given acknowledgement to those journal. Then also that is called plagiarism. If you go to the IEEE website, they have the level of punishment for various cases. You just go to it, you'll get, I'm not going in details, you know, there are levels of punishments are there. If you take the conceptualist, you'll be 2 years banned. If you do the plagiarism, you'll be 10 years banned. 10 years, you'll be thrown out of the membership, which is very, very alarming, right? Isn't it?
Yes.
You know, PAL? Anyone know what is PAL? PAL is called Prohibited Author List.
Prohibited.
I'm not telling the name, but we have, when we organize various conferences, then the publisher gives this PAL list, Prohibited Author List. If your name is there in the PAL list, your paper will not be even reviewed. Because you have been blacklisted for certain years. And there is no mercy, zero mercy policy. You cannot plea even, okay? Zero mercy. Okay. So before we send the paper to review, we check the PAL list, whether the publication is from this PAL author. Then you will be immediately it will be returned, and it is done by whom? You know, our managing team. I do not, as an editor, we don't have to do it. Our managing team is doing it. Okay, managerial team. They check it whether it is in PAL list. Clear? The scope committee. I'm encouraging to everyone. Those 64 participants are there. Please go through these journals, ethics teams. Their punishment. If you see the level of punishment, you will never do it. Isn't it? Suppose there is no law for say 1 hour in India, what will happen? A lot of crimes will happen, right? It will destroy the whole country.
Yes.
Not only India, any country, because so much people are so much unethical. Any country, it can happen, right? So that is the reason law enforcement is there. If you kill someone, you have to go to jail. You'll be hanged. So I'm asking you to see the punishment levels. I'm not showing it here. See the punishment levels given by IEEE. Very stringent punishment. 10 years ban. PAL list. How much shame it is, right? And big universities, big. I'm not telling anyone anything now because it's here. So very, very dangerous, you know, that we have to be ethical. So I just like to finish by saying that while publishing, you have to give proper respect to your co-authors. Write your own. Do not give any gifted papers. Do not fall in a trap. Do not fall in a trap, because trap is everywhere. In Bengali, we call it Bhuvan Joda Phat Pata. Whole world is a trap. You'll be entrapped. You are a good researcher, you'll be more entrapped. They will find out who is Pijus Datto, and they will, you know, drag you in the trap. And moreover, recently, what is happening, I think everyone know that in a publishing house, 5 years before, 10% is open access. No charges. No charges, only 80%. Now the reverse happens. All the journals, IET, IEEE, they are charging a lot. And 80% is journal is now full open access. 80%. As a result, to get the funding, you're putting a ghost author name. I'm not telling anyone's name. I should not tell. But see their name. Someone from foreign who has some dollar, isn't it? For us, $1,000 is, you know, huge. For them, $1,000 is nothing. You're putting some gifted authors. I have received so much mail that, sir, I have the fund. If you're working this IoT domain or this domain, you put my name, your paper will be accepted. You know, if your paper is accepted, I'll pay the fees. So a lot of people are coming into this trap. Big, good authors are coming to the trap. Believe it or not. As a result, we are all confused. And there is no one to guide you, right? So we became helpless to some extent in this publishing charges. They do not want to pay. You know, listen, sir, what I meant to say, they do not want to give someone's name, but they're forced to give because they don't have their money pocket, do not support. The university college cannot give $1,000. See the charges, $1,000, $10,000, $1,000, $3,000, isn't it? So publication becomes very, very difficult nowadays, and you have to be careful. And we have to be careful on those aspects. You can collaborate, but not for money, but for technical exchange, knowledge exchange, right? Isn't it? Then
Yes.
only we can make our country proud. Okay. Thank you everyone for listening to me and taking the pain for this much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. We people are actually got the valuable information regarding the publication ethics, how to actually mainly how to give the authorship who are actually co-author, who are actually contribute to publish any paper or preparing any manuscript. And next, what is actually ghost author or fake author, paid author, like that. Very valuable. Thank you very much, sir, for give us the valuable information regarding the publication ethics. And in future, we definitely follow all these rules who are actually given to you in this session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anyone has any problem or any future problem, my contacts are there. My
Yes.
WhatsApp number is there. So we are always open to discuss anytime if it is required. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Shubhajit, just 1 minute, sir. Shubhajit,
Yes, yes, please, sir.
please.
Okay, just 1 minute. Yes, sir, is it visible?
Started. Yes, yes, yes. Now it is good.
Okay. So, sir, this is a token of appreciations for you. I request you to please accept it.
Yeah. Thank you. I am accepting it. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for your presentation, sir. Over to you, Piyush, sir.
Thank you, sir. Any participants having any question regarding this this session? You can ask our Devashish sir. And, you can also contact with him regarding any research facilities or like that. Sir already shared his email ID and contact number also.
Yeah. You can share it to your participants. Anyone need anything? We are always ready to help. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
The participant, we have sent already the Google form for the attendance. You are requested to please fill it up as soon as possible. And also the day 2 assignment have been already given to you in the chat boxes. We'll later send you into that in the WhatsApp group. So I request all of you to please complete the assignment within 10 p.m. On today. And please fill the Google form as soon as possible for make your attendance. Okay, so we will conclude the sessions now. Piyush sir, please, can we conclude the session?
Yes, yes. Conclude.
Okay.
Sir, we ending our session today.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Okay, sir. Okay, participant, again, I am repeating. Please fill the Google form as soon as possible, and please fill up the assignment that is given into the link within 10 p.m. in today.